Good morning. Myself, I'm Arakshaya, bearing pin 21955583301. Today, my Tech Talk presentation AAT subject is disaster management and topic is e-waste recovery from the sky up in the line. Introduction. The world generates about 40 million tons of PCs, cathode ray tube screens, fax machines, game consoles, mobile phones, and other e waste every year. Barely 20% of this highly toxic waste is properly disposed of and recycled. Some e waste is stripped of precious metal, and unusable components are dumped in landfills, poisoning the soil and precious water resources. Unregulated e waste trade affects a growing section of the population. China, one of the largest processors of e waste, has exported jewelry containing toxic lead from e waste. But public pressure to recycle e waste is having a major impact, and e waste recycling is now one of the fastest growing industries in the world. China is the recipient of about 70% of the world's end of life electronics. The country has developed a huge e waste recycling cottage industry, and the result has been dramatic. The city of Guiyou near Hong Kong, known as the world's e waste capital, is an ecological disaster zone. Workers burn printed circuit boards over charcoal to recover unusable computer chips, soak the boards in acid to extract gold, and dump the waste in the Lianjiang River. They open CRTs with hammers to harvest the copper yolks. These crude recovery methods release massive quantities of mercury, cadmium, and other toxins into the environment. Around 80% of the children in Guyu suffer from lead poisoning. WEEE Directive. The most comprehensive attempt to deal with the problem is the European Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Directive, a law setting targets for collection, recycling, and recovery of electrical products. The directive covers IT and telecommunications equipment like PCs, laptops, monitors, keyboards, printers, and cordless phones, consumer electronics, radios, TVs, DVD players, and video recorders, household appliances, and electrical tools. WEEE puts the responsibility for the disposal of e waste with the producers, importers, and retailers of EEE goods. These companies are compelled to take back end of life products and dispose of them in an ecologically responsible manner or refurbish them. In the figure, we can see a woman in Guiyou, China, smashing a cathode ray tube from a computer monitor to remove the copper laden yoke at the end of the funnel. Implemented in 2004, the results of the directive had been mixed. According to Norbert Zonneveld, an executive secretary of the European Electronics Recycles Association, the EU's recycling rate is still below 30%. WEEE places responsibility for recycling on the producers, regardless of where the product is made. Companies must register with waste disposal programs and track their products to pay for their disposal. The weak link, according to Zonneveld, is enforcement in the WEEE policy chain. The cost for implementing WEEE throughout the EU is unknown, but according to the British Department for Trade and Industry, implementing the directive in the UK will cost about $220 million per year. Despite the cost, industry analysts believe WEEE will be a model for legislation in the rest of the world. China has also adopted WEEE, and India is likely to follow suit. Voluntary programs. The US has yet to implement a nationwide e waste recovery and recycling plan. The National Computer Recycling Act, introduced by Mike Thompson in 2005, is installed in Congress. Current regulations vary by state and often by country and city. California prohibits the disposal of end of life e waste in its landfills. End users of new cathode ray tubes pay recycling fees like $6 for a 4 to 15-inch screen and $8 for a 15 to 35-inch screen. New legislation also mandates the proper disposal of the cell phones. In 2007, 5 states passed e-waste laws mandating that electronics manufacturers pay for e-waste recycling in those states. Under growing pressure of consumer groups and urged by the Environment Protection Agency, manufacturers are responding with voluntary programs. The Electronics Take Back Coalition has called on other electronic producers to follow Sony's lead. Companies are urged to sign the manufacturer's commitment to responsible e waste recycling, which consists of three key principles widely ignored by many recyclers in the US: no dumping toxic e waste in the developing countries, no use of prison labor in electronics recycling, no disposal of e waste in landfills or incinerators, including waste to energy incinerators. Crisis equals opportunity. The growth of the global electronics industry and the ever shorter lifespan of electronic products makes recycling an environmental necessity. It has also become highly profitable. In the Europe 2007, turnover passed the $1 billion mark, according to the European Electronics Recycles Association. The industry currently employs about 10,000 people with a wide range of skills: process engineers, chemists, brokers, sorters, dispatchers, and sales representatives. WRA estimates that full implementation of WSW would push employment of 25,000 people. This new industry is creating a new slew of multinational corporators as well. Sims Group currently operates as the largest e-waste processor in the world, has 20 sites around the globe processing approximately 270,000 tons of e-waste annually. Certified recyclers. Reputable e-waste recyclers are usually ISO 14001 environmental certified. ISO is a part of the ISO 4000 family of environmental management standards to help organizations minimize how their operations adversely affect air, water, or land. ISO 14000 is similar to ISO 9000 quality management. It pertains to how a product is produced rather than to the product itself. In the ISO 14001 is generic and can be applied to any organization producing, manufacturing, or processing any product or providing any service where anywhere in the world. And e-waste can result in the heavy fines in the process of environmental aspects, including labeling, performance evaluation, life cycle analysis, communication, for up to $25,000 for dumping CRTs in the landfills. Clean missions. Companies and research firms around the world are improving e waste recycling and recovery technology. The ultimate aim of recycling is a major challenge given that much e waste is composed of a complex set of materials. A typical PC consists of 23% plastic, 32% ferrous metals, 18% non ferrous metals, 12% electronic boards like gold, palladium, silver, and platinum. Recycling plants operate heavy duty shredders to reduce e waste into uniform rough pieces. Sorting the resulting shred is increasingly profitable. A few years ago, the rare metal indium used in LCD screen mobile phones sold for less than $100 per kg between 2005 and 2007. The price fluctuated between $700 per kg and $1,000 per kg. Analysts expect the demand for indium to increase as companies ramp up large scale manufacturing of thin film solar technology. So this figure shows the Titex extract separator uses atomic density analysis to identify e-waste shred for optimal recovery and recycling of the material. The most widely used machines for sorting e-waste shred are also called eddy current separators. The machines use magnets to extract ferrous metals and eddy currents to attract non-ferrous metals like copper, aluminium, and stainless steels. The remaining inert materials are sent to a second separator, but ECs in use since the early 1990s miss significant amounts of copper windings and other valuable metals. One of the most advanced recovery systems currently on the market is the Titec Extract Separator and Finder. When Corporation, the US distributor, says the extract and finder pick up where the ECs leave off. So the extract sends X-rays through unsorted non-ferrous metal shred using receivers to turn the X-rays into high-resolution X-rays images, and the images sorts the material by comparing relative brightness of the image. Asian growth. In Asia, industrial scale e-waste processing is exploding. The Taizhou Metal Recycling Processing Zone in the eastern Zhejiang province, the largest such park in China, has attracted 22 recycling technology companies and employing 1,500 employees and an annual capacity of 2 lakh tons. So, among TS AMS and clients in China are HP, Dell, Nokia, Motorola, and several Japanese multinationals formed only 3 years ago. TSMM now operates in 17 locations. This is becoming a new technology and innovation. Thank you.